Hello, this is my instant thoughts on Fastlane. No time to think. Right, obviously we had the Fiend return. That was so cool. Like, I'm not a fan of the supernatural stuff. I think it's all a load of rubbish. But it actually gave me chills. And the way they did the Autumn Bliss match made it very interesting and gripped. Now, I thought this show, it was a show of two halves. Like, first it started off a bit slow, the tag match it was decent. But, nothing of notice. Nakamura versus Rollins was really good. Ali, Retribution's done, thank God the Lord. But it was nothing too noticeable. Biggie Apollo's a bit weird with the finish, I thought. And, it just felt like an average Raw SmackDown. Elias and Braun, Braun squashed him. It felt like watching Raw. And then as soon as we went to Sheamus versus Drew, obviously Seth and Nakamura was very good. But, it was as expected. As soon as we went to Sheamus versus Drew, that is when the show changed. Oh my God, these two killed each other. Sheamus went through with the fans, poor fans, got obliterated by Sheamus the screens, kendo sticks to the eye. We had all the bruise on the back, white noise through the table, wrestled all through the Thunderdome, and it showed how strong Drew McIntyre was. And there was little things as well during that match, like Drew after the match doing his signature, roar on the top rope. Just couldn't do it at first time because his back was hurting so much from Sheamus's brutality. And that's when I thought, do you know what? WWE has smashed this out of the park. You've got to give them credit. Obviously they do miss on some things. For example, Shane McMahon. I'd love to see him wrestle tonight. But and let's talk about Orton Fiend. This was brilliant. Obviously they can't just have the normal Fiend return. And I think like I said, I'm not a fan of the supernatural lightning bolts, all the voodoo stuff. But this gave me chills. And I rarely get chills during any wrestling show. So the fact it done that, shown how well he done it. And I like how he came from fire, linked it back to TLC, long-term storytelling, what we all wanted. I know also had the average Joe win the Train for 7 title, that's cool and all. Yeah, promote. And yeah, it's just crazy to see. And obviously, so I think this should have been a show for 2 hours. First half was meh, felt very average, B+, Raw, SmackDown-y. But the second half of the show, very, very good. Daniel Bryan haters. People have been hating on Daniel Bryan being involved in this feud. Sit down and shut up. I hope you had your seatbelt on because they took us on a 100-mile-an-hour ride for Fastlane. That match with everything. It started off telling the story about when Roman was getting out wrestled. Bryan technically out wrestling him. And it was so good. So many counters back and forth. And Roman actually kept up with him on the technical side. And then it got a little bit messy. Fights starts going on. And we see a proper classic Daniel Bryan match where, obviously the chance are stacked against it. But he fights and fights and fights. And it comes so even. And you don't know who's going to win. And you had, then ref gets taken out. Obviously Edge Fashion Force counts Roman Reigns. But the kick out. And then, obviously, Jey Uso comes down, tries to help Roman win. Jey gets beaten up. So much drama. All the drama. Good technical wrestling. Brutal back and forth. God reversals were all in this main event. Ref gets taken out. And then Edge gets accidentally taken out by Daniel Bryan. And Edge loses his crap. While there's no one there, Roman Reigns taps out. So Daniel Bryan got robbed. But because of Edge's anger, he cost them both the match. It was just so good. All the drama, I love it. And that's why I'd really love to see a triple threat. Now this sold me on the triple threat. What a show it was. WWE, take a bow. That show went from being a 3 out of 10 after the first 2-3 matches to being a 7, 8, even a 9 out of 10. Take a bow, WWE. And all the drama in the match was brilliant. And now they've left us with questions that we want to see answered on Raw and SmackDown. What's the burnt Fiend going to be like? What's the resolution for Edge, Roman and Bryan? What condition Drew McIntyre's going to be in after his war with Sheamus? All of that good stuff. So let's get to 300 subs by WrestleMania. Like and subscribe, and that was my WWE Fastlane instant thoughts.